Hey there, Titans! Welcome back to another Titan Academy video. In today's video, I want to talk to you about the importance of using an encrypted ID when mapping a Salesforce ID to your project's URL. So let's imagine the following scenario. I have some missing information about my contacts, and I want to send each one of them a unique link to review and update their own contact information. So that's pretty easy. What I have set up here is a contact update form, and on page load, what I'm doing is I'm running a Salesforce get, and I'm making sure that my contact ID is equal to a variable called contact ID, which I will map from a URL. Then, upon click of my update button, I'm doing the same thing. I'm running a push. And again, I'm checking that the contact ID is equal to contact ID from a URL. So let's give this project a little run. And let's grab some contact ID from Salesforce. And there we go. We have my contact information. I can review and update this. Now, the problem with this is, if you've worked with Salesforce a lot, you know this. Record IDs can be very, very similar, sometimes too similar. So let's try playing around with this record ID a bit. That didn't result in anything. I have to do that. And there we go. Changing just one letter of my record ID resulted in a brand new contact. And now not only can I view their information, but I can also update it. So let's head into Salesforce and see how we can solve this. So I'm over here in my contact in Salesforce, and the Titan Manage package comes with an Apex action to encrypt any field you have on your object. Now, this includes the ID, and you can do this for both custom objects and standard ones. So what I have set up here is an encrypted ID field. This field has to be of type text and at least 150 characters long. And now let's head over to Salesforce Flows, where I'm going to encrypt it. So I'm going to create a new flow. I'm going to make sure this is a record-triggered flow, and I want this to update whenever a record is created or updated on my contact object. And again, this can be a custom object as well. And I want to make sure that my encrypted ID is empty. Otherwise, I don't want to run this rule. So let's add an action. And I'm going to search for encryption and select FT encryption util. And over here, it's asking me for some values. The first one is the API name of the field I want to encrypt, and I want to encrypt my ID field, so I should just put in ID. Next is the API name of the field where I'm going to save the value, so that's encrypted ID, and since it's a custom field, I need to add __C at the end. Then is the object name, which is contact. And finally, I need to pass in my record ID. So I'm going to select my record, and I'm going to find ID. Just give this a label, and save this, and activate. Now, whenever I update my record here, my flow will run, and now I have this encrypted ID. So what I can do is I can use this encrypted ID instead of my contact ID. So let's head over to our project and see how we can set that up. Go to Salesforce. And in our condition, instead of evaluating contact ID, we want to evaluate encrypted ID. And the same thing for our push. So now, if we preview this, and instead of mapping our contact ID, we map the encrypted ID, we still get back our contact, but no matter how many changes I make to this encrypted value, I won't be able to guess a different one. And that's how it's done.